I can't believe this is such a bigotism, transitism, and all the isms and obes that you could possibly think of. I, for one, am outraged because I like to see freak shows in sports every once in a while. So the NCAA, in the middle of Pride Month, well, I guess towards the end of the Pride Month, but anyways, they decided to take this unprecedented, super outrageous step of having an open division for tranny competitors. Swimming governing body bans males who who have undergone puberty from competing as women. There's a lot of words in there, but instead you should have just got to the fucking foundational element that they are no longer allowing biological men to compete in feminine sports, because Lia Thompson right there, okay, I think he went under a couple of different treatments, okay, didn't really reduce anything, okay, is still... says that he's a woman, presents as Lia Thomas, but is still attracted to females. Everything on the male side of the aisle still completely works and is, yes, still attracted to women. Makes the rest of his swimming team uncomfortable, but is stunning and brave because he beat the brakes off of a bunch of other chicks in the pool. So on one side, if he wasn't trying to live such an open sham, I'd give him big ups for doing all of this fucking nonsense by dispelling the myth that men and women are completely equal, and blank slate equalism is just totally fine, and men and women can just, a karate flip people, the 250-pound men on their heads every fucking day of the week, because I seen it by Angelina Jolie insult once. Ugh, fucking garbage. But anyways, yeah, it looks like that's all coming to an end because Lia and one other person that was out there also fucking just absolutely clean sweep the NCAA swimming trials, okay? Like, it wasn't even close, okay? You remember Thomas, okay, came in, nearly broke all of the fucking records. First time in the pool in a bunch of different disciplines, but then held back for one competition, and then it's like, ooh, championships on the line. It's time to go fucking get it. Yeah, boys. Girls. Anyways, so FINA. FINA. They finna make some changes, I guess. The group that governs swimming competitions worldwide. FINA worldwide. This is Clown World, isn't it? Has minted new rules that exclude males who have experienced puberty from women's competitions. So bigoted. That appears that swimming has finally splashed, into action. To prevent the rise of another Lia Thomas, the organization has now ruled that males who have experienced puberty will be ineligible to compete as women, and that only transgender athletes who claim to have transitioned from male to female before the age of 12. Oh boy, great. Will be allowed to compete as women, the BBC reported. The group also decided to create new trans categories. Yeah, exactly. If you're going to keep up with this nonsensical charade, yeah, there should be another category, okay? It should be men, women, and freak shows. Whatever you want to have over there. You want to have a swimmer with a third fucking arm or maybe born with a fin. Congratulations. I want this to get as buck wild as possible, okay? Because the only way that all of this shit gets defeated, you finally throw back these stupid policies right back in these people's faces, if unfortunately people start fucking dying, okay? You have to show them the error of their ways. I'm not advocating for anybody to fucking die, okay? They just have to be proven that their ideas are so fundamentally wrong that you are literally leading to the worst possible outcome, which is where all of these ideas eventually end. Communism sure does look good on paper. I don't like this analogy, but it works for the time being. But in practice, 100 million people plus dead in the 20th century alone. So yeah, no, exactly. We all have access to everything at all times. We can all pursue whatever we want at the end of the government mandated gun, that is. 71% of FINA's 152 members voted in a general congress to implement this new rule. So very bigoted. FINA tried to color the new policy as a way to implement full inclusion. Yeah, but you didn't do anything for women on this one. Okay, women who went through puberty is still allowed to compete in the men's division. We cannot stand with this open misandry. We cannot let it stand, okay? I want just as capable. I would name a female athlete if one could fucking come to mind that isn't famous simply for her tits. If Brittany Griner, whenever she's released from Russia for trying to smuggle drugs into Russia, what are you, fucking retarded? But no, whenever she's released, if she wants to join the Los Angeles Lakers and get put on the IL like the rest of those fucking decrepit old has-beens from the 2004 draft, then God bless her. She can go in there and miss dunks with the rest of them. FINA's approach in drafting this policy was comprehensive, science-based, and inclusive. One of these things is not like the other. And importantly, FINA's approach emphasized competitive fairness. It's just so weird that it's FINA, okay? Said Executive Director Brett Nowicki. I guess bigotry does have a name, and it's Polish. FINA President Hussein Al-Muzalam. Oh yeah? Also noted that the rule aims to assure fairness. Exactly. We see another Lia Thomas in the pool. Abdul, get the rocks. FINA will always welcome every athlete as long as they are properly covered from head to toe. Have you ever seen our all-Islamic swim team? They just don't get very far in the pool because they all end up drowned. I don't know what happens. Inshallah, my friends. The creation of an open category will mean that everyone, yes, separate but equal. Where have we heard that before? Everyone has the opportunity to compete at an elite level. This has not been done before, so FINA, lead the way. I want all athletes to feel included in being able to develop ideas during this process. You know what? All jokes aside, this is probably the right way to go about this stuff. Give them their own category. Let them just fucking sort it out for themselves, okay? And I will bet you it'll probably still be more popular than the women's athletics, okay? The only hope that they have in being more popular than the two other categories, if it's adopted by more sports, okay, more principles, okay, is if beach volleyball gets another category. Still, despite the way FINA presented the rule, Bigoted activists rightly saw the rule as limiting transgender athletes, not expanding their participation. The left-wing group Athlete Ally, for instance, called the new rule discriminatory. I agree, more freak shows, okay? I also, just like Athlete Ally is going to point out here, I want to see more men beat more women. FINA's new eligibility criteria for transgender athletes and athletes with intersex variations is discriminatory, harmful, unscientific, and not in line with the 2021 IOC principles. You might want to go back and check when they do their update and revision on that, because they're going to be following something along these lines as well. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily hold true to anything in this statement, but I totally agree with it because I'm an ally. If we truly want to protect women's sports, we must include all women. Exactly, okay? And we must allow for those very specifically gifted women out there to conquer all of the podiums, okay? The rule, for instance, would have prevented UPenn swimmer Lia Thomas from running rampant through running wild, brother, through the college record books and winning the NCAA championship this year. Yes, and it looked fun. I will never forget what she looked like. She is a woman, after all. Remember, trans women are women too. Anyways, yeah, what she looked like on that podium, standing there. Congratulations. Well played, dude. Anyways, catch you in the showers, bro. But the rules could have even more far-reaching consequences if the Olympics adopts them too. For the most part, the Olympics have adopted rules set by individual sports governing bodies. So if the International Olympics Committees gets the proper donations, adopts FINA's new guidelines, if they FINA adopt those guidelines, it will end Lia Thomas's dream of becoming a member of the U.S. Olympic team. A moment of silence for that travesty that might have occurred, because that would have been funny too, because, you know, you're really good for a Division 1 swimmer, but when you get to the rest of the women in the world, you're not quite that good. So all you need to do is just spend some more time in the gym. Come on now, you got the feminine testosterone coursing through your body to help you out with the developments there. In a recent interview, Thomas exclaimed that transgender athletes are not a threat to women's sports. Yeah, no, we just win. They can still have the same opportunity to fight over second place like every other woman in the pool. Come on now, I'm not taking anything that they couldn't possibly get for themselves. They have every right to silver, bronze, and the rest of the participation trophies. That gold's just mine though, because I'm gonna beat the brakes off these bitches. I don't give a fuck if any of the pool water gets caught in my beard or my balls. During the meeting over the rules, FINA heard several scientists, doctors, and experts who said that puberty bestows clear advantages to the male body. Excuse me, Athlete Ally just said that it's in fact harmful and unscientific, so excuse me, check your sources. Testosterone in male puberty alters the physiological determinants of human performance. This is very bigoted. Why would you even print this? That explains the sex-based differences in human performance considered clearly evident by age 12, said Dr. Michael Joyner. Yeah, you know who else had the first name Michael? Michael Jackson, and he didn't do anything wrong. The physiologist and human performance expert, even if testosterone is suppressed, its performance enhancing effects will be retained. No, that's a lie. I don't believe that at all. About 14 years or older, which I'm pretty sure most of the athletes in the NCAA in college are over the age of 14. So I'm just going to go think that this probably applies to quite a few people out there. Okay, the difference between boys and girls is substantial. Yeah, we know, okay? That's due to the advantages experienced due to the physiological adaptations in testosterone and the possession of a Y chromosome. Yeah, no, that's science. Science is racism. So, added psychologist expert Dr. Sandra Hunter. Yeah, she's just internalizing her misogyny, so whatever, shut up, bigot. Some of these physical advantages are structural in origin, such as height, limb length, heart size, lung size, and will be retained even with a suppression or reduction of testosterone that occurs in the transition from male to female. Yeah, but they all women have 2 arms and 2 legs, unless some of our other women who don't, and they're just as good as the other women that are out there. So you're just pointing to things that just don't matter. This is unscientific. Several experts noted that the new transgender categories would allow transgender athletes to compete while protecting the integrity of all female categories. Yeah, just send them back to being, well, in their general level of obscurity and only substantiated and only flushed out thanks to Title IX, which is a fucking abomination if I've ever seen one. So the only thing that made female athletics outside of, wardrobe malfunctions from time to time, the only thing that made them compelling is now gone, so I guess F's in the chat for that. With all of that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I forgot my own name. I've been Don Consuelo. There it is. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.